Live from the WHBC Broadcast Center. Find out more about area businesses, agencies, and events.
It's what's going on right now.
This is Spotlight on Stark County with Pam Cook and Gary Rivers.
Oh, welcome to another Wednesday morning edition of Spotlight on News Talk 1480 WHBC.
Yeah, you got the floppy microphone now. I had it all morning. Oh, my goodness. Welcome, everyone. It's Wednesday, and you know what that means. We like to spotlight a community agency or business and tell you all about it. We thought this was the perfect opportunity to do Refuge of Hope Ministries because, well, you know, everybody tends to think about the homeless at this time of year when they should be doing it all year long, but they do it this time of year. So we're going to talk to Joanne Carpenter, who is Director of Development and the CEO of Refuge of Hope, Dwayne Wyckoff. Welcome.
Thank you.
We appreciate being here.
We're so glad that you guys could come by today. And boy, this has to be probably a challenging time for you. Would that be a correct assessment with the cold weather and trying to help out as many folks as you can?
It is, and we did anticipate, we listened to the weather and the news regularly like everyone else, and we anticipated the cold weather coming, and we spent a lot of time before Christmas, the whole week before Christmas, distributing hats, hundreds of hats, coats, gloves, scarves, blankets, just all kinds of warm clothing that people could layer in, anticipating that one, they may be able to use some Christmas gifts as well.
Sure.
But also, this is a great time to gear them up so when that cold weather hits, that they're prepared. And socks, we distributed, I can't tell you how many pairs of socks that people could layer as well, too. So in anticipation of the cold snap coming in, we started early to make sure that everyone had the clothing that they needed.
Well, let's talk about the services you offer for the homeless, because apparently it's not just the feeding that we know about and the housing, but you're also doing clothing, too.
We do. We have been blessed with donations, and when we reach out to our donors, they respond. So when we say we need personal hygiene items, they provide those. When we say we're gearing up to distribute warm clothing, we need your help, they do that. So we, for almost a whole week, like I said, before Christmas, we were distributing those. I would personally go out and look at the people standing in line, waiting to come in for a meal, and I said, you come with me. You come with me. You come with me right now. Before they went in to have a meal, I had them trying on coats, getting gloves, getting scarves. And so after the meal, it's very structured the way that we do it. But I singled people out saying, we care about you. Come in and let us take care of you. So we do so much more. We feed hot meals. Yes, we do that 7 times a week. It amounted to almost 96,000 hot meals last year alone, which is a lot. But we also have on a giveaway shelf, we have sandwiches, we have fruit, we have vegetables, sometimes chips, sometimes extra desserts, bread, things that our guests can take home with them to supplement until they can come back again.
Yeah, we had it's interesting, we had a young lady a couple years ago, we did a little video, and we taped her, and it was not scripted or anything, and she told us that her family gets 1 meal on the weekend. And I'm sure it's probably lunch with us on Saturday. You know, Gary, one other thing that we take that people don't realize, we take furniture. A lot of the guys that get an opportunity to move out of our shelter are going to move into an unfurnished apartment, and so we try to make sure they have whatever they need, you know. So anything that you would bring into a brand new apartment, an empty apartment, we will take it, and we'll come pick it up, too.
You know, maybe that's the question to ask. How many success stories are there? I mean, we talk about there's homeless, and the unknown that folks don't talk about, the nearly homeless, people living in their cars or on couches around the area.
Absolutely.
But are there those who get out of that situation and move forward with their lives?
Well, since January of 2014, and we're very proud of this, we've had over 400 men go through our shelter, move out into the community in their own permanent housing, and only a handful of them have had to come back. And that's really, I'm not saying that every one of them are out there, you know, extremely working hard and got jobs and everything, but they're out there living on their own, and they're not out on the streets, and we're very proud of that.
Last year, 126 men who stayed in our shelter moved into their own apartments.
Wow.
That's
That's
126 less homeless men in the city, in Stark County, in 1 year because they stayed at Refuge of Hope. And we were able to network with other agencies who provide housing through grant money, through the work that we do, and we moved them in to their own homes. How exciting is that?
That's
Talk about a
fantastic.
success story.
Well, and it takes a lot of collaboration too, because there's those who provide housing, but you have to figure out how to get them jobs, and sometimes that's tough.
Exactly, and we've seen some really, we've been blessed this year. Some businesses have stepped forward, and at one point, out of the 46 to 50 men that we had staying with us, over 15 were employed.
How about that?
And that's great. Yeah. And that's their step forward to moving into their own housing. But they still need assistance to get there.
Right.
Maybe they need help with their first deposit. They need help saving their money. And we've also gone the extra mile this year and started specific classes for that. How to budget when you move out. How to run a checkbook. How to pay your bills, how to stay on top of that.
We take for granted,
yeah.
But they don't get taught that many times. Many people just don't. I often wonder why the schools, that should be a major curriculum, right?
I was just talking to a young man who graduated college, and he's now in his professional career. And we were speaking about this. He was taking a tour of the mission. He's 23, 24 years old. And he said, I didn't learn how to budget. I didn't learn how to run a checkbook in school, in college. My mom taught me.
Yeah.
Well, if you have the absence of parents, when you're growing up, if you live in generational poverty and you have the culture of generational poverty, you may not have learned that skill. It's the least we can do is take the time to meet with our men once a week and offer them different classes. Just this week, we had a class on how to find a better job. Sometimes men gravitate back to what they've always done. Is that the best job for them? Is there something else that they would like to do? How do they pursue that? And we just had a class yesterday on that, taught by our Director of Operations, Tim O'Neill.
Wow, that's the things that lay the groundwork for the success stories. Go back to the mission itself, and let's kind of tell people who don't really know what Refuge of Hope does on a mission standpoint. Talk a little bit about that.
Okay, Refuge of Hope, we're a Christian rescue mission. We're located in downtown Canton. We're the only Christian rescue mission in Stark County. We have a meal ministry where we serve free meals to anybody that's hungry, and we serve more meals per week, per month, per year than any other agency in town. We serve 7 meals a week. Like Joanne said, we've gone in the last couple of years from serving over 20,000 meals a year to this year we did just under 96,000 meals in 2017. We also have a men's emergency and transitional housing shelter. Again, we're the only men's emergency shelter in Stark County. There is shelter for women and children in Stark County, but for men, we're it. So we have 34 beds. We have been well over capacity for the past 6 years in a row. Wow. So we're sleeping, right now with the weather and everything, we're up to about 46, 47 guys sleeping with us every night.
Well, we'll talk about what your plans are for the future when we come back. We're going to take our first break on Spotlight on News Talk 1480. And when we come back, find out that maybe Refuge of Hope could be expanding in the future. We'll be back in a moment.
This is the time to remember.
Where were you when news was made in 2017?
Rocket Man is on a suicide mission for himself.
As we've seen the rise of ransomware becoming the principal cyber threat.
Hurricane Harvey.
We could see the worst environmental disaster in United States history.
When somebody disrespects our flag.
Where will you be when news is made in 2018? Happy New Year from News Talk 1480 WHBC.
Did you know that over 90% of male enhancement pills are virtually the same thing that's repackaged, redone over and over again? Why settle for the same old product when you can get something completely different? Something that takes male enhancement into the 21st century. Something that really works. Men, you need to try Noxitril, the all-natural male enhancement formula that will unlock your performance in the bedroom to a level you could only dream of. Try to imagine Viagra on steroids. Noxitril is so powerful, that's why it took years for it to finally become available to the public without a prescription. So call now and take advantage of our special Noxitril free bottle offer today. Oh yeah, we recommend that you use the Noxitril dose as directed. Think of your partner. We certainly don't want you to overperform in the bedroom.
Call now and find out how to get a free bottle of Noxitril while supplies last. Call 1-800-993-0840. Free bottles for a limited time, so call now. 800-993-0840. 800-993-0840.
Tune in each Saturday at 7:35 a.m. for the Money Matters radio show. Hosts Bob Foudy and David Ryan help you make your money matter. Learn how today's economy, debt levels, and policies affect your hard-earned money. You worked hard for your money. Now it's time to watch it grow. Tune in to the Money Matters radio show every Saturday morning at 7:35 a.m. to learn how to make your money matter. To speak with Bob Foudy or Dave Ryan about your money matters, call New Horizon Financial Group in Canton at 330-499-1915.
If you're not incorporated and you're a truck driver, a cafe owner, a construction contractor, a real estate agent, a consultant, or any small business owner, then you are at risk. If someone sues and you're not incorporated, you could lose everything. Your home, your car, even your personal life savings. That's why Incorporate.com is now giving away a free incorporation toolkit to all business owners, including exclusive information on how to start and grow your business. For your free incorporation toolkit, call now. 1-800-943-1057. Incorporation is the shield that protects your personal assets. Without it, you could lose everything. That's why at Incorporate.com, they just make incorporating or forming an LLC quick and easy. They don't provide legal or financial advice. So if you're a personal trainer, a travel agent, or run a tech startup or any small business, call now for your free incorporation toolkit. They're giving them away for free at 1-800-943-1057. That's 1-800-943-1057.
It's a new year and time for a new you. Are you ready to make a change?
I'm Mike and I lost a whole bunch of weight thanks to the Altman Weight Management Program.
With Altman's proven approaches to weight loss, Mike and over 1,000 others have lost weight and kept it off. You can do the same.
Just take the first step.
Find out which of Altman's medically supervised programs is best for you. Call Altman Weight Management or sign up for a free information session at altman.org/weight. And don't forget to ask about the free fitness membership.
Now back to Spotlight with Pam and Gary.
All right, returning back to Spotlight on News Talk 1480 WHBC.
And our Spotlight today, this third day of January, Refuge of Hope Ministries. We have in studio with us Dwayne Wyckoff, the CEO, and Director of Development, Joanne Carpenter. And we appreciate you guys coming by. By the way, for those of you who are listening on the radio, you can also watch us on Facebook. Just go to our Facebook page and like it. It's Facebook/1480 WHBC. So they can wave to the Facebook fans out
Hi,
there.
everybody.
Exactly. All right, so tell us about some future plans. I know you're working towards. The need is there for more beds.
Yeah, well, we got to the point where we were over capacity so much in our shelter for so long. The meal ministry, we thought numbers would kind of slow down a little bit. They haven't. They've gone, like Joanne said earlier, skyrocketed up to 96,000 meals. And we've done a lot of praying about it and everything, and we were given some property down the street from where we are, and so we thought that God was giving us a clear message that it was time to expand our ministries. And so we are just finishing up a capital campaign where we're trying to raise the dollars to do that, and God willing, we will be starting construction in 2018 of a new facility for Refuge of Hope.
That's awesome. And so how will it increase your capacity?
It's going to increase our capacity. We're going to move the shelter from 34 beds up to 66. And though we want to serve more people, I think the other thing is we want to offer more services. We are in an antiquated building right now, and we're space restricted, very much so. And we think this is going to give us an opportunity to offer more services to people that are in need in the community.
Yeah, that'd be great. What kind of services could be offered in addition to the meals and more clothing, more help with?
Well, that's true. We've already spoken with a couple other agencies, and collaboration with them would definitely be a possibility. Yes, distributing clothing in a more structured manner, on a more timely manner. Right now, the only clothing that we take for women is right now in the winter, warm clothing for women and children, because we just don't have the storage capacity, and we really don't have a proper area to distribute it in a way that we need to.
Right.
So there is that, of course. More services and programs for the men to set them up for success as they are preparing to move out. An after program, something that they could come back to, and we could help support them and encourage them once they've moved out. Stop and think about this. You're homeless and you're on the streets and you're pretty isolated. Then you come into Refuge of Hope, and here we are, crazy and compact, all of us together, right?
Yeah.
And you're staying in a dorm with like up to 50 other men, sharing showers and the meals, and then the meal ministry comes in, and then you get your own place. And now you're back to isolation, and what am I going to do again? So we need to look at some supportive services for the men who have moved out. We currently have a Bible study on Tuesday nights for ladies, and that's before our meal ministry. They're meeting in the back part of our dining room right now. They don't have a specific room to meet in. More medical. And we have some exciting news coming up in the next few weeks. I don't want to disclose that now and until we're ready to do that. But again, more medical services for the community, not just the men that we serve, but for the community are going to be available here shortly as well. So lots of plans. We need the space to do it properly, like I mentioned, and we're here to meet the needs of the community, whatever that is. And if it's through individuals, yes, we want to do that. If it's with other agencies and collaboration, yes, we want to do that.
You know, we were talking earlier, too, about things that we take for granted, how to budget, how to do. We want to offer all of that services. We want anybody that comes through our ministries, if they walk out the door, they are in the best position they can be to get a second chance in life. And that's what we're about.
Getting into that, let me ask you this, because you said earlier that you're serving many, many, many more meals. What's the situation that they're coming from that it's causing more homelessness or couch surfing, if you will, where they end up now at Refuge of Hope? What's the cause of that? Because we're hearing all the great stories. The economy is moving up. There are jobs. Why the increase still?
Well, because if you live in the culture of poverty, the economy is not better for you. Still, 1 in 4 children in Stark County are food insecure. 1 in 10 senior citizens in Stark County are food insecure. And that basically means that they don't have ready access to nutritious food on a regular basis. So hot meal sites in the community are crucial. About a third of the people that we serve struggle with some mental health issues. Now, does that cause them to be couch surfers? Does that cause them not to seek shelter? Whatever those reasons are, they still need hot, nourishing food. And so they come to us as well. Younger families who have reached those circumstances where they no longer can receive unemployment and they've fallen off the grid there. So there's a variety of circumstances, and I won't, ignore the drug use or the alcohol use, that people still struggle to self-medicate when problems get so bad they don't know what else to do, and then they become addicted. So we try to alleviate those addictions, to help them overcome those addictions and go on to a new life. So it's just a combination. It's not just one thing.
Right.
It's a combination of many things when you serve like we do.
Yeah, and if we can provide a meal for somebody and that the money they save that helps pay their rent or helps pay a medical bill, we like that. We call that success. So we are trying to make sure that we do that and help people have every opportunity to support their families and take care of their families.
Right.
Sometimes people have just lost hope.
Yeah.
It's so bad, they're so down, they just lost hope. And so we talk about hope can begin with a cup of coffee, with a hot meal, with a smile, with a word of encouragement. Whatever it takes to bring hope back into their life, to set them on the right path. that's what we want to do.
Yeah. You know, along with that, what Joanne said, you know, we feed the hungry and we shelter homeless men and everything, and that's very, very important. Take care of physical needs. But I think the biggest thing that we do is live up to our name and be a refuge of hope to so many people in this community that have so little hope or anything else. And we want them to know when they come to us that God loves them, we love them, the people that support us love them, and we're there to care for them. And there is hope for a second chance, a new beginning.
Well, there's a process, I'm sure, and I don't know how soon we have to take a break, but
about a minute.
Okay. I know there's a process for people, you know, for men who show up on your doorstep, and like in situations like today, we have this bitter cold and they come to your doorstep. There's a process that they have to go through, I would imagine, for safety's sake and everything else. How does that work for someone?
Well, there is a process, but there's also circumstances where you just reach out. And I know you're getting ready to take a break here, so maybe we could touch on that when we come
Sure.
back.
Yeah, would like to do that. Just to kind of expand on it and find out, you know, because I know you do set responsibilities for those who stay there as well. Accountability.
Yes.
And I know that's a big, important thing. So why don't we get into that when we come back? All right, it's 28 minutes after 9 o'clock and News Talk 1480 WHBC News is next.
We're ready to go here. Top of the key, he'll pop the three and get it to go. Uh-oh. All the way down court, Kreider puts it up, wham!
Just to be able to do this and bring it to our community, you know, we think our whole community is just one family.
This basketball program brings a lot of families together, and that's what we're about.
Friday Night Hoops from Tigertown on 1480 WHBC. It's Glen Oak at Massillon, streaming on WHBCSports.com. Hoover at McKinley.
The heritage on the hardwood continues.
Message and data rates may apply.
I care about the food I put into my body.
I care about trying new things.
I care about having time for what I love.
I care about protecting my dietary restrictions without compromising taste.
At Green Chef, we care too. So we offer deliciously nourishing meal kits for every lifestyle. Paleo, gluten-free, keto, vegetarian, vegan, carnivore, and omnivore. All packed with organic ingredients. We care about embracing the adventure that is life. So we offer innovative chef-crafted recipes that will enliven your cooking skills and let you explore flavors from around the world. We care about making time for what you love. So we do the shopping and most of the prep for you and deliver it all to your door. Dinner's ready in about 30 minutes. And we care about making it easy for you to try Green Chef meal kits. So we have something special for you. Discover our exclusive introductory deal by texting the keyword DINE to 543543. That's DINE to 543543. DINE to 543543.
It's here, the sale you've been waiting for at the Half Off and Hot Buy store in Louisville. Christmas has passed, and we have to move out all the seasonal merchandise. All trees are now 60% off, as well as all seasonal decor. Toys, including Legos, are still at 30% off. Other items on the sales sheet are Seiko watches, values to $375, all are $60. Many of the things in the store are drastically reduced. Ladies, don't forget about our fashion boots, values to $70, all for $14.95. The Half Off and Hot Buy store in Louisville, next to the Medicine Center Pharmacy. See us on halfoffandhotbuy.com.
It's jumpy houses, games, face painting, animals, and more. It's Canton Kids Fest. One awesome event
for and about kids.
February 17th.
Canton Civic Center.
Details soon on Mix 94.1 and WHBC.
Tired of lugging salt bags to the basement? Have Verndale's Water Center deliver and fill your salt tank for you.
Tap into Verndale's Water Center. Tap into Verndale's Water.
This is WHBC AM Canton. News Talk 1480 WHBC.
I'm Jim Michaels with 1480 WHBC News. Now 4 degrees. Wind chill advisory expiring at noon. National Weather Service likely to put up another one later in the week, though. The high Friday is going to be just 5 degrees, according to AccuWeather. With near zero temperatures and colder wind chills this morning, a few school districts did 2-hour delays. Your complete AccuWeather forecast is coming up. Meantime, Florida impacted now, New England later by a big storm heading up the coast, but a change in the storm track could be pretty big.
Seeing reports in Tallahassee of snow and a mixture of ice as well. So this is going to be a dangerous day for folks in North Florida, across the coast of Georgia and the Carolinas. I just want to point out that we are dealing with an intense blizzard here. If this storm jogs a little bit more to the west, 50 miles, we're going to be talking from anywhere a few inches to a foot of snow, depending on where you live.
Fox meteorologist Janice Dean there. Canton Police with a serious shooting incident to investigate only 3 days into the new year. A man shot inside Hooch's Pub in the 1500 block of Cleveland Avenue Southwest at about 2:45 this morning. The victim taken to Altman, where he has a single gunshot wound to the head. No other information available like the victim's name. Police say they have no suspects early on in the investigation. Shots fired not far from Cleveland Hopkins Airport this morning. Police looking for as many as 6 men. They say the men began fighting around 3 a.m. outside the airport in the lower level pickup area. They jumped into separate vehicles and began firing shots close to I-71. No one hurt. And the youngest member of Yorksville's city council has been sworn in. 19-year-old Eric Harmon, elected as an at-large candidate back in November. The Kent State Tusk student ran unopposed. Harmon began campaigning for the position while still a senior before graduating at Claymont High School. More 1480 WHBC News at 10.
Hall of Fame City weather.
Here's your AccuWeather.com forecast. It's going to be chilly with plenty of clouds around, a high of 21, and cloudy with a snow shower tonight and a low of 7. Mostly cloudy, couple snow showers during the day tomorrow, brisk and colder again, the high of only 11. We'll have sun and clouds heading into Friday, but it is going to be brisk and very cold with a high of only 5. I'm meteorologist Maggie Johnson for News Talk 1480 WHBC.
Now back to Spotlight with Pam and Gary.
All right, part 2 of our Spotlight this morning on News Talk 1480 WHBC.
And don't forget, on air and on Facebook at 1480 WHBC, you'll find us. We're talking about Refuge of Hope Ministries this morning, and we have in studio with us CEO Dwayne Wyckoff and Director of Development Joanne Carpenter. And before we went to the break, we were talking about the process and how it works when somebody comes to your front door. I mean, what happens with people when they approach you?
So we take all of our referrals from the homeless hotline to get into our shelter. And that determines exactly how homeless a man is. Is he chronically homeless? Did he have a fight with his wife last night? And is he just one night homeless? Which that's an emergency, and we would definitely consider that. But through the homeless hotline, it's very structured in as there is a 45-minute intake with a man over the phone to make that determination, and then we report the number of free beds that we have in the morning, and they connect the men who need shelter to our empty beds, and that's how they come in. Now, I also said there are circumstances. Well, circumstances are on a night like tonight. So if a man shows up at our door when the shelter opens, 8:30, 9 o'clock, and he hasn't reported to the homeless hotline, he will have a bed to stay for the night. And then he will go through the process in the morning. Right. So circumstances. Typically during the day, the shelter is closed just for our men who stay with us. But if someone knocks on our door, we need some gloves. We need, can I have a cup of coffee? Can I warm up for a few minutes? We have such a rapport with the community at large that our guests and former residents know that they can come to us with any circumstance at any time. And if there's any way that we can help, we will absolutely do that. So we don't have to announce that, at the meal ministry, you can come in during the day if you needed a cup of coffee or if you need gloves or shoes or socks. It's just been passed along through the grapevine, through the services that they do receive with us, that they know that that's available to them. And other agencies through the city realize that as well, too. We work with several other agencies helping men when they need clothes. We have the extra clothing donations, so they come to us, men coming out of prison have no clothing. And so that agency that they stay with comes to us and we help them with clothes. So yes, there's process, there's structure, and there's exception and just reaching out and meeting needs and helping people.
Yeah. Now, you also have some semblance of, they each have a responsibility too when they stay, right?
Right.
Could you explain a little bit about that?
We are not a hotel for people to use drugs and alcohol and then have a place to stay. We're about accountability and responsibility. We breathalyze every man every single night. We do random drug screening. Mm-hmm. We are not about, like I said, to let people go out and do drugs and alcohol and then come in and stay with us. If you want to get your life in order, we're there to help you. And if we random drug screen you and you have some drugs in your system, we're going to get you to the place that you need to go. But you're also going to be out of our system for a while because you're taking up the spot of somebody that really is trying to get their life in order. And so, like I said, we are about accountability and responsibility. If you want help, we're going to help you. But if you're not ready for that help, and some people just aren't at a particular time, then you're taking up the spot of somebody else. And like I said earlier, we are over capacity and have been for 6 years in a row.
Yeah. And that carries over into the meal ministry as well. We have specific times that we open. Right. We have times that we start serving the meal. We have requests that we make of our dinner guests, not bringing the drama of the street in, their crisis from the day into the meal ministry, to treat others with respect, to bust their plates when they're done. Other than that, they're completely served from the moment they sit down. They're asked to consider others' feelings. So it may be small parts of accountability and respect, but it's not a free-for-all when you come into our meals. It's very structured. It's presented in a way that is conducive to a calming effect. People can eat the moment they walk into our dining room. The bread that's on the table, desserts, you can eat desserts first. A salad, fruit, whatever's on the table, they can eat. We do then read the scriptures and we do pray before the meal. But at that point, people have some food in their bellies. They're feeling a little bit better. Their shoulders, you see their shoulders kind of relax and you see smiles come on faces. And then we serve them a hot meal. They don't go through a line. They don't stand in a line. It's just very conducive to relaxation and friendliness and love.
I have to give Joanne credit. Joanne and I got the Refuge of Hope. She has 3 months seniority on me, and I never hear the end of that, but that's okay. But she ran the meal ministry, and it was just a, I don't know what I'd call it, but it was not really a meal ministry. And she came in and took over the meal ministry, and she said, we're going to make this a meal ministry where people are treated with love, respect, and dignity. And we have used that as our mantra ever since then. Mm-hmm. When people come in there, we want them to come in with the confidence that they can come in there, have a good meal, have friendships, build relationships, and that they can do it without worrying about what, any bad stuff happening to them and that type of thing. So we have worked very, very hard with Joanne leading the way in the meal ministry particularly, but we've run that mantra through our whole ministries.
Yeah. Now, you mentioned that there are donors and those who take care of you, or so to speak, and take care of those. Who are those donors and who can become a donor to help out?
Well, let's take anyone can become a donor, and you can call me personally, and I will be happy to show you firsthand what we do at Refuge of Hope. If you don't know anything about us, you really do need to understand what's happening right here in your community. That's the best way to do it, just to see firsthand. See the ministries that we have, how we're helping people, but also to see the need in the community, the need that we have for larger facilities. It takes all of, really, to walk through our two ministries, I don't know, 3 to 5 minutes. Now, we talk and explain about what's going on, but we're all cramped and crowded into just a couple rooms. And we want to make sure that as we serve people, that we do it in the right way. The men need a day room. The men need to have a place where they can concentrate on men things, the issues that cause them to become homeless. Right now, they sit in our dining room. The dining room's full of activity all day long, and donations are coming in, and people are coming in, and the workers, and it's just chaos. It's crazy. It's organized, but it's not relaxing for the men. If we were to have a meeting, Pam, with you and Gary today, we would be meeting in the dining room with all the chaos going on with the men, and so as we move into this new phase in the new building, it's very important. But our donor base is made up of individuals, businesses, organizations, churches, people like you who support the work that we do. Hunger, homelessness, and poverty isn't just Refuge of Hope's problem and issues to deal with. It's a community problem. And together as a community, we can tackle these issues. We can make a difference in people's lives together. No one agency can do it by themselves. It takes all of us working together.
No.
You know, one other quick point, if I could make, is we also work very, very hard to be the best stewards we can be of the money that people donate to us. Right now, it's about 81% of everything that comes to us goes back into our services. I just have a personal thing. I like to keep it about 80-20 if I can. We work very, very hard to make sure that if you're donating to Refuge Hope, your money is going into the services. It's not going into somebody's pocket. It's not going into advertising. It's going into the services that we provide. And I think that's a very important thing. We want people to know if they're giving money to us, it's going into the services that they want their donations to help people.
And another form of donation is volunteering. Is there always a need for volunteers, folks to serve in the meal ministry?
Absolutely. We're scheduling right now for 2018, and that would be a Tim O'Neill contact, and you can reach him at 330-453-1785 and schedule volunteer opportunities through serving a meal, working in the kitchen. And we do have some other opportunities in the shelter, and for that he would collaborate with Scott. But the first step is, if you're interested, to come down, take a tour, see what opportunities are available, and then see what's a fit for you and a fit for us as an organization.
Okay, and generally it's serving a meal or working in the kitchen, maybe food prep?
Food prep, yeah, absolutely. We also have one couple who's adopted our clothing ministry, and they have just done a phenomenal job in organizing and keeping organized the many, many clothing donations that do come in. And on Saturday mornings, they have different teams that come in and sort down clothes. Very, very structured and very organized, and they hang them up and they sort them. So if we have someone that comes in and needs clothing, we know exactly where to go to get those donations. So there's lots of opportunities. There will be many more once we move and have more room, obviously. We always need help sorting food donations and keeping our pantries cleaned and sorted. So there's lots of different opportunities.
Personal hygiene stuff, too, is something else that you guys all need as well, right?
It's a gigantic, hygiene is a gigantic deal with us, and we insist that our men are clean, their clothes are clean, and individual hygiene products are a very big need for Refuge of Hope at all times.
That's good to know.
All right, we're going to take our next break. We'll be back in our final segment on Spotlight in just a moment.
So while you're on Facebook stalking your boyfriend from senior year, check out our Facebook page at facebook.com/1480WHBC. Facebook, Twitter, and WHBC.com. Perfect together. If you're thinking it, you can share it here.
We all have our own opinions and our own rights.
It's that simple.
Outrageous, disgraceful comments.
Exactly what I was screaming in my head.
For everything WHBC, log on to WHBC.com.
I guess I'm what you call a stalker in a good way.
Discover Rio's best-kept secret, the Wine Cellar. This Vegas hidden gem showcases over 10,000 wine bottles from around the world. Chippendales is the ultimate Las Vegas girls' night out, nightly at the Rio, 8:30 and 10:30. Dine, dance, and drink 51 stories above Sin City at Voodoo Rooftop Nightclub. Flair bartenders keep the party going. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Know when to stop before you start. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
If you change nothing about what you're doing right now, what do you think the chances are of you having a successful retirement? I'm Andy Smith, certified financial planner with Financial Engines. Let's say you don't change your 401k. You don't change your Social Security strategy. You never figure out how much you're going to have to pay for health care. Do you think you'll have enough money to last you through retirement? As America's largest independent investment advisor, according to Investment News, Financial Engines offers help to more than 9 million people. We provide objective, personal, comprehensive planning advice that you need to make make informed financial decisions, now, up to, and through retirement. Get to financialengines.com and we'll connect you with a professional financial advisor in your area. We'll help create a financial plan that'll tell you what you should be doing right now to help increase your chances of having a successful retirement.
This is John Hubbard with Financial Engines in the Cleveland, Akron area. Let's talk about the financial goals that are important to you, and together we'll develop a plan to help make them happen. Call me at 440-934-9933 or visit financialengines.com.
Message and data rates may apply.
Hi, I'm Frank Thomas, the Big Hurt. After I left baseball, I just couldn't stay in shape like I used to. Turns out, once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone, and that can make it harder to get into shape. So I got back into the game with Nugenics. I'm feeling stronger with a lot more energy and drive. You want to get back into shape? Get Nugenics. All you have to do is send one simple text.
Frank's right. Just text LIKE to 42424 to get a complimentary bottle of award-winning Nugenics, the #1 selling free testosterone booster at GNC. Its unique man-boosting formula is powered by Testofen, a patented key ingredient clinically researched to help a man feel stronger, leaner, more energetic, and more passionate.
And guys, she'll like the difference too.
Nugenic samples are not available in stores. To get your complimentary bottle, text LIKE to 42424. That's LIKE to 42424.
How can there be so many different names for the same thing? This is Robin Trzynski of the Original Mattress Factory. Are you in the market for a new mattress and hoping to shop and compare? Well, this is your wake-up call. Other mattress brands have multiple names for the same exact model. They build one mattress and create different model names for each retailer, intentionally confusing you and making it impossible to compare. Why? Because they're more interested in helping the retailer earn high profit margins than in helping you, the consumer, find the best value. At the Original Mattress Factory, we don't play the name game. We just offer great beds, no bull. Why? Ethics. We believe in being transparent. We have cutaways of every single mattress we make, and our model names stay the same from store to store and even from year to year. Our prices are clearly marked as well and can be viewed on our website at originalmattress.com. The Original Mattress Factory. Thoughtfully made, honestly priced.
Andrews Furniture of Sugar Creek is turning the page on another decade of service. 2018 marks our 70th year. Andrews has something for everyone, specially priced to kick off the new year and our 70th anniversary year. Ring in the new with 40% off the suggested retail price of select heirloom quality Stickley furniture. And just days remain to save on Smith Brothers upholstered furniture and leathers. Flex Steel's Winwood collection and Amish-built furniture by pallets have also been reduced an additional 10%. Make your selection from Andrews stock for immediate delivery or special order. There's always something new and exciting to discover at Andrews. Browse through our ever-changing furniture galleries. As 2018 unfolds, you'll find inspiration that will help you create the home of your dreams. And remember, delivery is always free. That's been an Andrews tradition that spans 3 generations and 70 years. Andrews Furniture, your home furnishings destination since 1948. Preserving the past, inspiring the future.
I'm Kurt Thomas, inviting you to join my wife Eileen and me every Sunday morning at 8 o'clock for the Haven of Rest broadcast. Each week we feature interviews with people from all walks of life who have experienced dramatic turnarounds as a result of help received at Haven of Rest Ministries in Akron. You'll be encouraged by stories of lives changed to the power of the gospel. So join us every Sunday at 8 o'clock a.m. for the Haven of Rest broadcast here on News Talk 1480 WHBC.
Now back to Spotlight with Pam and Gary.
And Spotlight returns on News Talk 1480 WHBC, our final segment.
And we are happy to be speaking to the folks from Refuge of Hope Ministries today. Dwayne Wyckoff, CEO, Joanne Carpenter, Director of Development. And don't forget, you can always find these interviews on our podcast at WHBC.com and also on our Facebook page at 1480 WHBC. Also want to mention that you guys have a really nice website. I've had it up here and a lot of good information there. You can even make a donation through your website. It's refugeofhope.org. So if you're wanting to check it out and find out more about the ministry, this is a great place to do it for you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I'd like to also mention, Joanne mentioned earlier, we invite anybody that would like to come down for a tour. We love that. We would love to take people through, show them what we do, how we do, answer any questions they have. But most important, if they're going to donate to us, we want to show them what their money is doing, how it's helping people in need.
Yeah, that's a great idea. And I took the tour. We were saying off the air that the first time I was ever there, it had to be 4 or 5 years ago, I'm going to say.
I believe so.
Delivered donuts to you.
Yes.
in our Friday morning donut deliveries.
Did you use them or did you pass them out? Was that part of lunch later on?
We did pass them out. I remember being there right
No
about
kidding.
the time that the meal was going to be served. And then I got, you took me on the tour. And if you don't see it firsthand, you don't have any idea what it's like and what your needs are and those kinds of things. So taking a tour is a great thing to do, for sure.
I did test one of the donuts just to make sure they were okay for everybody else.
Yeah.
I'm very good.
He's a good tester.
I'm a good tester.
Very
yes,
good
I do
tester,
that,
Dwayne
yes.
is, yes.
Well, that's awesome. Well, let's go back to the beginning. The need in and of itself. How many meals did you serve last year?
Almost 96,000 hot meals to the community. Now, we serve 7 meals a week to the community, which is Monday through Friday evenings, and then Friday and Saturday lunches.
Okay.
Now, the reason it sounds a little sporadic, which is not, 3 meals every single day, is because there are other agencies in the city that do serve. So in the city of Canton, you can get a hot meal twice a day, 7 days a week.
Okay.
So that's good. Now, out of those 14 meals that I said are available, we serve 7 of those. And so we chose the days when no one else was serving consistently. So, for example, the first Tuesday night that we opened our doors to serve a meal, 85 people came to our meal. Wow. And this was in our old building on Walnut. And all I could think of was, where did those 85 people eat last Tuesday night? What did they do for their meal? So then we added Friday nights because, again, no one was consistently serving every Friday night. And that's what we want to really make known, is the consistency in what we do. We never close because of the weather. We never close because of a holiday. On Christmas Day is a Monday, this past Christmas. We serve a meal every single Monday. Open the doors at 4:30. At 4:30, we open the doors on Christmas Day because that's when we typically serve.
Sure.
We don't ever want anyone to think, oh, it's a holiday. Are they going to serve today or are they not? No. It's consistent. You always know. And that brings a comfort level to the people that we serve. So 96,000 hot, nourishing meals is what we provided to the community last year. Our men receive 3 meals a day. Of course, they live with us. And so they receive a continental breakfast, they have their lunch, and then they have dinner with the community.
How long are they allowed to stay? I mean, is there a time limit on it? Or, I mean, how does that work?
I love this part. They can stay until.
Okay.
They can stay until they have found a job, they have found housing, and there is no time limit on that. Or they can stay until they decide it's no longer best for them, or they can stay until they break the rules. And so if they break the rules, they know the consequences up front. And if they decide that drinking is more important or doing drugs is more important than having a warm, safe place to stay, then they can stay until they make that choice.
Right.
We were a Christian organization, too, and we would not feel good about putting a limit on. We tell somebody, we care for you, we love you, come on in, 30 days you got to go.
Right.
Where are they going to
Right.
go? We're the only shelter in town. And so, like Joanne said, as long as they're making progress and as long as they're trying to, deal with the issues that made them homeless in the first place, we're there to help them.
Right. All right, so where do you go from here? I know your hope is that you're going to be breaking ground in 2018. How close are we, and what do we need to get you to that place?
We, right now, we have raised, this is pledged dollars, not dollars in hand, a little bit over $4.5 million. And we would like, if we could possibly do it, to get up closer to $5 million, because we do know that money that's been pledged, not all of it will come in. Circumstances happen in people's lives. And so we would like to get up to that $5 million pledged dollar amount.
Got it.
And then if we can get that, then we're, in God's willing, we will start construction hopefully in the spring of 2018.
No kidding.
If people are interested in, coming down again and visiting Refuge Hope, we'll be happy to take them over and show them the property where we're going to build. show them our building plans and everything. We right now operate in about 6,500 square feet. This new building is going to hopefully be about 18 to 19,000 square feet, which will give us, plenty of training facility, and we're going to have a chapel.
Much more space, but also I would imagine much more cost to operate too as well, right?
Well, that's why Joanne's got as director of development.
Got it. Well, I didn't want to forget that's why Joanne's here.
Yeah, that's why Joanne's here. That's right.
So, I'm here to encourage anyone who wants to be a part of this exciting program to call me and to do that. Yes, it will be energy efficient, and which we don't have right now.
Right.
And we do have a plumber in regularly, and we do have an electrician in, and we're in an old building, and so we have those repairs. I would like to hope that it would just offset each other, but reality tells me raising that square footage, no. It is going to cost a little bit more to operate. It is going to cost a little bit more to offer the extra services and programs that we want to do that. But we're asking the community to step up with us and to make sure that this happens, that they get involved, they become engaged, and they take it on personally as well. Because once you come down and see for yourself, as you did, Pam, you don't ever say, I don't want to have anything to do with that place.
Right.
You are hooked in to what we're doing. I love the people that we serve. I love the men who stay in our shelter, and we have long-term relationships with them.
All right. Well, we need to, unfortunately, wrap it up for right now. Website, again, is
refugeofhope.org. Lots of great information. Is there a phone number that they can call? People can call if they need to talk to?
330-453-1785. And they can ask for either Joanne or myself. And like I said, they want to set up tours. We would love to be able to take people on tours.
Do it.
Or if they want to talk about volunteer opportunities, we'd love to talk to them about that also.
All right, both of you, thank you so much for being with us on Spotlight.
Thank you. Appreciate
really
it.
appreciate
Hey, stay warm, huh?
We're going to
try.
Thank you.
For everything WHBC, news, weather and sports, community, politics, world news, personality blogs, and more, log on to WHBC.